Okay, so what we are going to make is we're going to do some stuff with coffee filters. Coffee filters work very nicely with a watercolor effect. This is just some marker, and then I spray it with some water in a water bottle. You don't need to use a sprayer, just a brush is fine, or if you have like a leftover medicine dropper to drop water on, that's great. So what we're also going to do, I'll show you how to fold this up. But let me show you what happens with the markers. I'm going to go ahead and put down a plastic bag for this to dry on in case I need to move it. Because when the surface is wet, it's very, very fragile and will want to rip like regular wet paper will. But the rest of the time, coffee filters are pretty sturdy and they do a really good job of holding on to markers. So what I want to do, I'm going to use my cool colors. I'm going to use my purple and my blue and my green. And I'm going to go ahead and add some color on here. I can do this when it's folded, or I can do it when it's open. I'll show you when we do a cut version, what would happen. Add some green over here. You could just do maybe blue and purple together. It doesn't have to be any particular order in order for this to work. And I'm just putting on some marker, just really sort of sticking it in different locations, because as you can see from this one, it really spreads. I just colored in those shapes and it really spreads around very nicely and fills in our areas. So I'm just doing this one that's open before I'm going to show you how to cut it. And we'll try that one with adding the color while it's still closed. It'll give it sort of a tie-dye effect, which is really nice if you want to hang these up once they're completely dry. When they are, when they have the marker on them and they're wet, I know you might be tempted to open it and see what it looks like, but don't. Just leave it alone, because if not, you're going to be starting over with a new one because it will rip. It just does that when it's wet. So nice and filled in here with some different colors. I will add some more blue in here. And I'll show you what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and spray this. Put it away from the label so you can see how it spreads. And that's a good amount of water. Now, if I were going to use a paintbrush to do that, that would take longer. I'm spraying a bunch of water on it. And I want to make sure it's all spread out. And that area over there definitely looks like it could use some more. So I'm not going to spray anymore. I'm just going to add a little bit more water.